Welcome to episode 27 of the Right Hand Drive Guys podcast. I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
Yo.
And today is another installment from the Live from IA, which we did a few weeks ago and did interviews with a few different guys. But today we got the homie.
Yeah, that's right. We got Mark Drennan.
Who?
Oh, Squirk.
Squirk!
Homie, the homie Squirk.
Yeah, no, ain't nobody calling him Mark. But I was pumped about this one.
Yeah. Dude, Squirk's been in the game for a super long time, and I actually think his R32 way back in the day was like one of the first right-hand drive cars I saw in Nashville. So
Yeah, it was like 06, 07, I feel like. And I was like, dang. Like, it was the first time I moved down to Nashville, and I'm seeing this dude whipping like an R32. Can you just imagine what I built up in my head about him?
Yeah.
At that
dude,
time, coming
yeah.
into a new city, coming from where I was from.
Right.
And, like, this dude's got, like, a right-hand drive R32. Like, I'm like, wow, this dude's like a god.
Right. And
You know?
it wasn't stock from what I
No.
remember. It all like
It was kidded.
yeah.
and all
I remember it
kinds of
had a
stuff.
big body kit on it, and he always had it. Man, I don't know how many times he painted that thing.
Yeah.
But-
themselves, right?
Probably back in
Yeah,
the day.
because like these dudes are like skilled homies, like for sure. Him
Right.
and his brother Mo,
Yeah.
like they are skilled homies.
Oh yeah, they definitely do some work. Yeah, and Mo, his brother, pumps out some nice cars.
very
as well.
quality. Yeah. No, they're like definitely they're like individuals, which is sweet.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like these two are one thing. Like they're their own thing.
Yeah.
But them together is like a powerhouse, really.
Right.
think
It's
about
crazy.
it.
They each got their own style and everything. And like,
Yep.
Squirk's like into the Nissans. Mo's into the Hondas.
Do you
but
think he's the older brother?
Squirk?
Yeah.
If I'd assume, yeah.
Yeah, I would assume that too, but what if he is the younger brother?
Is he?
Kind of crazy. I don't know.
Oh.
You know, I always just see like him as the older brother and Mo as the younger brother,
Yeah.
but like that's interesting. We'll find out.
Yeah. for
But so you know, it was really cool to get the chance because you know, Squirk, I've known him since back then. He's always been like a really cool, supportive type guy.
sure. Yeah.
You know, always having like the positive words and whatnot. So it was really cool for me to get to sit down with him and like this man has had so many cars. Wait until everybody hears how many cars this one dude has had.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I had a lot of cars. Like I'm like, yeah, I've had like a decent amount of cars.
Yeah. No.
I haven't had nothing.
The dude has definitely gone through some.
Wait
cars.
till you
It's
hear this
insane.
number. It is crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely really cool to sit down with him, but I'm going to quit talking about it. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right,
hit it.
cool. So this is Mark Squirk Drennan. Welcome back to Right Hand Drive, guys. Today, I got a legend, and I ain't even saying that lightly, bro. So if you're anywhere in the, you know, Mid-South, and you're into these type of cars, you probably heard of this man. We're talking Squirk. What
Yes,
up,
sir.
Squirk?
What's going on, dude?
All right. So we're here live at IA Summer Meet 2023. And, you know, I always look forward to this because it brings out all of the OGs. It brings out the guys that have been doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're definitely one of them. So today he brought out the red NSX.
My baby, dude. You know, it's one of my
Yeah.
dream cars.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a Nissan dude. So I'm like a 180. You know, I've had a couple 180s, a couple R32s, but this is one of the dream ones, you know.
Oh, and you put
Absolutely.
that thing looks like straight off the Wangan, bro.
Dude.
Like for real.
Working
That
on it.
high wing.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
man, that carbon around the motor.
Yep.
Whew. So tell us a little bit about this red NSX and how it kind of got to where it is.
Right. So I guess we'll back it up. So, you know, one of my dream cars, it was a time, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, all right, it's time. I got to get an NSX. I just know I feel like price is going to start going up, right?
You were right.
Well, I got lucky, right? So big piece was I was looking, found a car in Maryland, found a car in Cali, and then one popped up in Antioch, right? 30 miles away from me.
Dang.
Crazy. 91, 68,000 miles. Psh, clean, right? I was just like, yeah,
was
this
it
is
no
me.
man or was it just
bone stock,
dang?
three owner car, right?
Wow.
Car come from Louisiana, came to Memphis, and then came to me.
And it's all clean title,
Oh,
everything.
everything, dude.
Dang.
Supercar, yeah, dude. Dope
That's a
car.
find.
Fire car, dude.
Yeah.
And so at the time, I think it was 24,000, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, perfect. You know what I mean?
Oh, my gosh.
If I could only do it again, right, out of Bottom Mall at that time,
for
right?
real.
But, yeah, so definitely that, had started stacking parts, right, spoon mirrors, big brakes, the whole nine. Got it together in one configuration, rode it for like 3 years, bagged it. Cool car, right? Had some good times with it. NSX RGT was kind of my love, though, right? The big scoop, you get the MR2s, you get the NSXs, you want the scoop,
Oh, for sure.
And that was just kind of the first thing, right? So I was like, all right, we'll do a spoon theme. So we did the spoon bumper. Shout out to my boy Chris who molded that, right? So molded it for the pop-up headlights. Because that's actually for like the O2 style. Yeah. So it's 1 of 4 in the world with the spoon bumper. Yeah, dude. So trying to do some little trend-setting things,
That's your style for sure.
So definitely don't want to be like nobody else. Everybody typically wide-bodied them or something like that. So I want the battle stock body, right? I think I did a pretty cool form on this one.
Yeah, and I noticed all the fine details like the carbon surround on the ducts.
Yeah.
And those. So are those legit SW388s?
Yep.
Oh,
Well, so actually,
yeah.
I take it back. They're not. They're the remission Japanese version of the Regas, right? Yeah. Shout out to Luke for those, man. So he hooked me up. He had those on his NSX, and he wanted to go to a different wheel. I was on them. I need this steam, right? So that's what I ended up for. So
Yeah, you pulled it off too, and
dude, love it.
And so, you always come correct. You never come half anything. So tell me, and I know it was a struggle, but just tell me, where was this car yesterday morning? Like, what stage was it in?
Oh my
being
gosh,
ready,
dude!
bro?
No bumper, no seats, no dash. I mean, everything was out, right?
Damn.
So I was like, dude, we got to get this car done. You know what I mean? So shout out to Don, Import Lines. Great show. A lot of memories again, but we had to miss it, man. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to show the car. Just wanted to get some feedback and got good feedback, man. Everybody's loving it. So, and it's not even all the way done. So that's the cool part about it. So
you still got a few tricks up your sleeve.
Got a few more little tricks, man. So
yeah,
we'll
that's pretty classic for you.
Yeah.
It's just those few extra little tricks up your sleeve that always make your cars top notch.
That's right.
But anything else big on that car? Just at like you keeping the motor as is?
So I'm trying to be respectful, man. So people who really know me know I don't beat up my cars, man. So I baby everything. I bet I hit VTEC 4 or 5 times in the 5 years I owned it, man. I'm just cruising it. But if I ever hurt the motor or want to do a different style of build, like maybe like a full color swap or something, then we'll do something like a Turbo K, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go nasty.
That would be wild.
Right. You know what I mean? So I always wanted that, still going with the NSX RGT, but that spoon look. So the yellow or the blue or Laguna, the Laguna Seca blue.
That would be, man.
Shout out to Jay too.
That's what I was about
you
to
know
say,
what I mean?
Dude,
yeah, dude.
He done it right.
No
sure.
doubt. So something like that, man. So I always think about that way. So.
Yeah. So I always consider you a man of many cars.
For sure.
So is this one here to stay?
For now, for sure.
Now.
Yeah.
Because I was really impressed that you still had that, like, when they said you were getting your car ready, I'm like, what's it going to be?
Right.
And
Yeah, I'm typically, I'll let a couple go. I guess I've had 200 and some cars.
That's what I was about to ask. How many cars
Yeah, but this
was
NSX, man, I really do love it, and unless I trade it for like a F430 or something, that's one of my other cars.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, I got this vision of like a white-on-white F430 on some white Regas and like a Voltec Swan, wing or something. That'd be hot. So,
I don't know. You couldn't pass that up.
Yeah, if it's a gated manual car, I might get a F430 or something,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so, we're always talking about right-hand drive cars,
sir.
obviously, on this podcast. And so how many right-hand drive cars have you had?
Good gracious, dude. I think not terrible amount, maybe 7. I think 7.
I mean, but still, that's quite a few. And so, when I first met you, back in 08, 09, I remember walking up on this car and just two homies just loving it, just beatboxing and rapping at the bridge in downtown Nashville. When
we always say we some rappers, man.
Yeah, for sure. But when you think back to those days and like those early days of having those right-hand drive cars, would you say people were always like just in awe? Because especially back then, like you and that one other guy were like the only guys with right-hand
me and
drive
Zong,
cars.
buddy.
Zong, yes, exactly.
Me and shout out to Zong.
Yeah, and would you say that the reaction to that car back then was pretty
crazy? Yeah, it was crazy. At that time, I believe there was no R32s in the state, right?
No.
We can talk about it now, right?
Yeah.
So, that car came from Canada. So Canada had already started letting cars in, I think 2005-ish or something, right? And so this R32 had made it down to Alabama. A guy named Rick who owned properties in both areas, in Canada and here, right? Sweet house. I mean, Rick was the man. But anywho, I had an S14 RB25 car, T67. His son wanted it, right? And he's like, I got the Skyline for you. And I was like, Skyline?
Damn.
Dude, that same day he hit me up. We went to Alabama. You know what I mean? And was like, well, damn, there's a Skyline.
Yeah.
I'm doing that trade, right?
Yeah.
I didn't care about the paperwork, dude.
Yeah.
Registered that thing as an S14 in the streets of the boroughs.
Oh,
and
hell
cruising.
yeah.
Pulled over by cops, the
They
whole
don't
nine.
know. Yeah.
No one. I was like, what kind of car is this? A 240 SX.
Yes.
So it was cool.
Yeah, and really, back then a lot of times, when we did have these right-hand drive cars, you did have to be strategic.
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
How you register these
Yeah,
things,
for sure.
And definitely know how to kind of smooge over the cops.
Yeah,
when
no
he's
doubt.
asking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I know, in your stable, because I know the stable's deep, but in your stable, I know you did just get something right-hand drive. That's kind of out of the Squirk realm of cars that you've seen.
It's true.
Yeah. So tell us about that, man.
So I picked up a Nissan Stagea. Love that thing, man. It is. I'm glad I got it, right? I was bouncing around between cars, and what did I want as a dope daily?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, these stages are really hot. Now, typically, everybody does the R34 conversion, right?
Yeah,
and I get it, because I want to be like you too, Bobby.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I love to get the R34 front to say I got that R34 wagon, but I think we're working on acquiring parts right now to do the Kooky front end, the S14. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Man.
So Kooky S14 all metal front end, custom work by my boy Adam at my car club. So Mr. Y34 himself. So we're gonna get that popping. So I think that's gonna be hot. So yeah.
And so what are you gonna run for a motor in there with that?
So
Kooky
we're gonna keep the Neo 6.
Okay.
It's a naturally aspirated motor, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's just a running the mill, perfect little daily. With 30,000 miles on it.
Shoot.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
You're
do
good.
timing belts, the little things to get it right, and just drive it, man.
Yeah.
So we'll
you
probably
got plenty of other cars.
Yeah. So don't need to go fast in this one,
Yeah.
but we definitely want turbo noises, so we'll probably do a little T28 or something, right?
Yeah.
Just to get me cruising, yeah. So
and so, what about wheels? Because I mean, you're
I
a
got
real
on
guy.
there. Well, right now, so I was doing the S14 build, right, and then I'm selling the S14 to my buddy. So I had some parts laying around. So I had the Grady type parts, the external reservoir coilovers.
Yeah.
I had Nissan LMs. So
What?
yeah, so
you just had.
yeah.
Oh, this guy has Nissan LMs laying around.
I heard you at LM store earlier too. So yeah, so I got not a real wheel whore, but I got a couple sets. A couple sets of Regas, 3 sets of TEs.
So you got some stuff.
Yeah, I got some.
that'll
Yeah, I
go
got
on
some.
there.
Yeah. Anytime I find a deal, I'm buying one, singles, double pairs, whatever.
Yeah.
You got you some JDM wheels? Holla at me.
Yeah. And that's a good game to be in, because look, you just picked up a Stagea, and now you've got options, right?
Yep.
And I mean, you're obviously a guy that knows how to set his suspension up on all of these cars. And so I can only imagine. I can't wait to see these pictures posted once you get that thing.
Dude.
With this, because we're sitting in front of an S14 Kooky right now.
Yep, shout out
with
to
this
Chance.
front end.
Right?
Ah!
Dude, Kooky wagon will be hard.
Oh,
It'll go hard for the States, for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so wrapping this up, what's next for Squirk? Because you spit out a number 200 and something on
Yeah,
cars,
man.
right?
So big thing is, dude, is really getting the fleet together, right? I got a lot of cars, man, so acquired them with the right times, like people trip when I say I got a Mach 4 Supra for $12,000, you know what I mean? So now when I was putting that car is actually going to be my first drag car. So when I was getting the chromoly cage in it, I got offered $35,000 for the shell. You know what I mean? So it's crazy where they are now, right?
Yeah.
So next thing up, the Supra for sure.
Okay.
Getting my Nova
ready.
together. Got a 70 Nova Super Sport.
That's been a long time coming, right?
Yep.
That's like something you've had for a while.
I've had that Nova, man, like 17 years.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. So
that'll be nice to finally have that sitting pretty.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm a Nissan guy at heart. Got my S13s, coupe and a hatch. So man, just.
Man, what size is this garage,
dude,
bro?
Yeah,
no,
shout out to the pole barn builders, man. They just got me right too.
Damn.
Yeah. Got your little 30 by 60. Yeah, we out here.
That's what's up, though. Because that was always the dream, right?
Absolutely.
Have the shop, have the cars,
for sure.
Consolidate it.
Yep.
So that's good to hear, man. I'm excited to see that Supra too, because I can only imagine if it's a drag car.
Should be a pretty cool car, man.
Yeah.
Built top to back, 488 rear end, turbo 400, trans brake, the whole nine. People trip out when I say I got those 2700cc injectors, dash 12 supply line, dash 12 fuel lines.
It's like sewer pipe,
dude, crazy. It's gonna be a build for sure.
And Squirk's had 200 and something cars, right? And so you would think that everyone's heard of him, but this is what I love about this guy. He is not in it for the attention,
no sir,
at all. I'm surprised he agreed to do this with me, because he's really not that type of guy. He does it for him, and he does it for the love of the game.
But I'm a fan of you, dude.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Everything you do, dude. That. You hook me up every time. I want to pay. You blessing me. I can't wait till something happens with the stuff in the cars.
Yeah.
I definitely want to be with it,
Yes,
I'll try to tag you anytime I can, bro, for real.
And I appreciate your support, of course. It's
anytime,
always good.
bro, anytime.
Tell them the Instagram just in case they want to see this
Yeah, holler
stuff.
at me, man. Whoa, Squirk. That's WHOA_Squirk. SQUIRK.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And as I like to call all of his amazing builds, that's a Squirk car.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
That's
Thank you,
exactly what you
Squirk.
said today, too.
Yes, it is,
cool,
man.
For sure.
Hey, we appreciate you coming on,
Dude,
and looking
really
forward to
appreciate
seeing you
too,
again,
man.
All right.
Aaron, man, we miss you, man. All right,
Hell
dude,
yeah.
for sure.
All right, that was Squirk. Squirk's the homie for sure.
Yeah, dude, super cool.
Yeah, and so, for me, being away from Tennessee for so long, and you too, right? But just to see him still attending and bringing his A game was really cool, and then to be able to link up with him was also really awesome.
Yeah, he's always had great style and great.
Yes, and that's why I call him
Good
a
look
Squirk car.
Right.
I don't call anybody else, even myself. That would be weird. But even I don't say that about anybody else. Oh, that's a blah blah. No, but a Squirk car is a Squirk car.
Yeah, they're next level.
You can tell for sure
well
when
put
you get
together.
one. Yeah, when you get one, you're like, yes. But like you said, he's had over 200 cars, bro.
Yeah, that is insane.
200 cars. I'm like, you got a catalog or some shit I can look at?
It, man.
Seriously. Dude, what in the world? What do those cars even consist of? And I know we've all had the beginner cars and the in-between cars and the cars you don't even talk about anymore type thing.
Right.
But out of 200?
Right. It's insane. Yeah, I think he actually ended up with my 180 SX at one point.
Damn.
After I had
That's
traded.
crazy. And that was cool that memory came up today about that.
Yeah.
Right? And that was,
that was
11 years ago or 13?
13 years ago, yeah. It was.
Damn. So,
And that was at a drift event at the fairgrounds. And I'm pretty sure that's probably where I met Squirk for the first time.
That's where you met him. Yeah. He's I don't know. He's one of those guys. He's cool, calm, collective, very personable, very humble.
Yeah.
And like I said, he doesn't even do stuff like this really. He started to kind of go out of his comfort zone a little bit because he knows he is creating beautiful works of art and he should share them, not keep it. And I think I recently saw an interview that he just did at a car show, right?
Yeah.
A video interview. And they called him Mark. And so that's why we thought it was just so funny because I didn't even know his real name. I like for real.
Yeah, he's always been Squirk to me.
It's Squirk. Yeah, it's Squirk Drennan. Like that's just what. So yeah, I mean he's kind of coming out of his shell and really starting to kind of share what he's created, which I think is cool. It's not about like that to him, but he understands that is part. It's almost like his responsibility of having what he built like that, right?
Right.
Like
I guess
you got to
say
share it, like don't keep it to yourself type thing.
Right.
But he's always been that guy that had the awesome cars, like you said.
The show cars.
Yeah.
That's all it is, man. When
For
one
sure.
of his finished builds, like they're show cars for
right.
sure.
Like when he said he
the
didn't
time.
hit VTEC but 4 times, I was like, all right, man, like love you, bro, but and I get it though, right? Like you whatever. I mean, it's not about the VTEC, it's about just treating the car right.
Right.
Like treating the car right, and that's like how his stuff always is, right? If he was beating on it, it'd be beat.
And dude, I mean, any of his cars, they have nothing to prove. Like, you know what I mean? In that sense, like,
right?
What is beating on it gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna be sick regardless because of how well put together they are, the parts added, whatever it might be.
And like maybe for him, it's just not the throttle therapy. It's just the process that gets him there instead of like that quick throttle therapy thing of just hammering on it, Right.
I mean, just driving some of these cars is an experience in itself.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, it was really, really cool to sit down with him and kind of get his thoughts. And he has had not as many right-hand drive cars as I thought he would have had.
Right.
He, when he said 7, I was like, really, bro? Like, did you check the catalog? Are you sure it was only 7? Like, it must have been, but, it isn't like there's just right-hand drive cars everywhere, especially back then, because I would assume that his numbers were escalating a lot when he was younger, right?
Yeah.
To get to that 200, he was flipping cars. He was, doing this or that. So now, like you said, he figured it out. He got his stable pretty well where he wants it. Now he's got to fine-tune them all.
Right.
Which is exciting too, right?
Yeah.
Because, that's like the choice that you get, right? You either get one of the cars that you love and want and focus solely on that, like get it to 100 as quick as you can, right?
Right.
Or there are other people who get that, leave it at, whatever, 10 or 15, go get the next one.
Right.
Put it next to it, go get the next one. And then at the end, start working on like getting him to 100. So it's all in like what your strategy is, right? His strategy.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, for sure. Like his strategy is like to just go get them and stack them, and then work on them all. Like which from the point of view of somebody who's really looking at the market, that's definitely the strategy that wins.
Yeah,
because you save all the money and getting them right then. Like, dude, he said he paid $12,000 for an MK4. He paid $24,000 for that NSX.
Yeah.
If he tried to buy those now, all of his mod money is gone.
Oh yeah.
So like by buying them all back then and being like smart about it, not just wanting the dope car right then.
Right.
He saved all the money to work on them, dude, by not buying them now. Like, dude, that's insane to me,
Good strategy to have.
To have the forethought and understand the market like that, which he's obviously a really smart dude.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And that's why it's worked out for him. And he does clearly have a ton of experience in just handling cars. So that's where he would have gotten that strategy. He had figured it out long ago,
Right.
But to hear that he didn't have any other cars on his list really surprised me.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? But then that's when I understood his strategy. I was like, oh, you already got them all.
Right,
you just
right.
need to work on them all. Right? Like, and that's how that strategy goes. And so, I was like, okay, well, that is interesting. You got your drag car, and then you have your muscle car, and, you have these drift cars, and, like, the 240, 180. That's what he said he had, right? S13 and 14 or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess I get it. He's got a long road of just working on the cars now.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, because the parts price hasn't gone, like, except for the rare stuff.
Yeah.
But you're, like, bottom of the line stuff that would have been kind of the same thing 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Not like insane pricing.
Yeah, it's a good strategy to have.
And he could be stacking
Because,
parts
like, dude,
too.
some of those cars, like, nowadays, like, 240, even
That's
the
what I'm saying.
240s, like,
He probably got him
dumb
for
price.
8-9 grand.
probably not even that much.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
If you got them that long ago, like,
Friggin' Squirk.
yeah, because that was, like, you know, a $2,000 car
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Oh, for sure. It's crazy. And that's what I mean. Like, so, and he could have been stacking parts. So who knows? He could have all the stuff to even go on these cars just waiting. He's just not there yet.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I know. So he did talk about the Stagia. I was a little bummed. You know, this was 3 weeks ago now. So I was a little bummed he's selling the Stagia.
Yeah. Well, you know, you don't get 200 cars by sitting on them.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You
On
know
to
what
the
I mean?
next, bro.
Hey, you know,
On to the
I've
next.
and, you know,
Respect.
I've seen that with a few with a bunch of cars that he had, or
Yeah.
you know, quite a few.
That's how you get there, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's a flipper, you know. It seems like, and that's
Yeah.
dude. That's how you get
Say
that
the
many
least.
cars, and that's how you find these
The right
deals,
ones.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
how you do find the right ones.
Yeah,
So-
no knocking his game. He clearly knows what he's doing. Like, he does it right. That's for sure. So, yeah, I mean, one of the things that, like, I always liked about him whenever I would see him with his cars is, like, it was just always about, like, the vibe. He was always just, like, about everybody else's cars. He wasn't like, look at mine, look at mine. He wants to go talk to you about your car.
Right.
He wants to, like, learn. He wants to know what those wheels are. He wants to know what you're running. And so that's probably really what kicked off our relationship when I had that Civic Type R, was he wanted to genuinely know what was on the car.
Right.
He-
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just fluff like, hey, I got this dope car, you got this dope car. He's like, no, I want to know about this dope car. So when I build another dope car in the future, I'm going to do what you did.
Yeah, I mean, that was the same thing with my 180 SX. You know, whenever he first saw it, he checked it out. He thought it was cool, whatever. Ended up buying it later, but no, I'm just
Classic.
kidding. But yeah, no, Squirk's a cool ass dude, and definitely look forward to trying to hit some shows down south and, you know, meet back up with the homie and chop it up with him.
Yeah, he's always down to rep. That's, like, one of my favorite things about him is, like, you stand for something, he stands for something. Like, he's not selling you nothing, though, which
Right.
is great. He'll just tell you what his homies do,
Yeah.
what they can offer you. If it works, cool. If not, like, keeps it moving, which is always sweet for sure when you got that guy that has the connections but
Right.
isn't trying to sell you the connections.
Right.
Yeah.
Good guy.
So, yeah, this kind of wraps up our live from Import Alliance coverage anyways.
Oh, yeah.
This is the last interview that we did, and so we're going to have some more informational stuff coming, some more kind of interviews, hopefully, is
Yeah.
what we plan to do. We're still working out the logistics of that. But we're excited to keep doing it, and we hope you enjoyed everything that we did from Import Alliance. But for now, I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
See you later.
Peace. Bye.